Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey there, friends. Welcome back to Daily Dose Radio. This is your 5-minute-a-day, 5-day-a-week studying the Psalms verse by verse podcast. We like to call this the Bible Bistro. Come on in and sit down. We've got your daily recommended allowance of Bible ready to go today. It's hot and it's fresh. Today we're looking at verses 5 through 8 in Psalm 38, one of the penitential psalms. And this is the third of the penitential psalms. And we saw yesterday David's crying out to the Lord because his sin has created this distress that he's under. And he says there at the end of verse 4, it's too heavy for me. It's just too heavy for me. So he's crying out to the Lord for forgiveness. His iniquity is too heavy. Verse 5, my wounds stink and are corrupt because of my foolishness. I am troubled. I am bowed down greatly. I go mourning all the day long, for my loins are filled with a loathsome disease, and there is no soundness in my flesh. I am feeble and sore broken. I have roared by reason of the disquietness of my heart. Again, I feel like I need a Selah there. My wounds stink. Wow. And are corrupt because of my foolishness. So he's mentioned his iniquity. He's mentioned his sin. Now we come to his foolishness. And his foolishness has done what? His foolishness has made his wounds stink. That, ladies and gentlemen, is a graphic description, isn't it, of just what David is going through. So there is some physical ailment here, isn't there? Yeah, the arrows stick fast in me doesn't tell us a whole lot. No soundness in my flesh doesn't tell me a whole lot. But now we come to something very graphic, the stinking wounds. I am troubled, I am bowed down greatly. I go mourning all the day long. Well, I guess he does. My loins are filled with a loathsome disease. Now, again, this is very graphic because we can imagine many diseases that affect the loins. And when I say the loins, I'm talking about the bowels and those regions below the bowels that, for a man, would cause him great distress. And his loins are filled with this disease. There's no soundness in my flesh. So it's affecting his entire body. Notice verse 8, I am feeble and sore broken. I have roared by reason of the disquietness of my heart. So everything hurts. Everything is weak. Everything is affected by whatever it is that's going on. His wounds, his disease, his disquietness, whatever it is that's happening to him is so bad. And we get a sense of it, don't we? You read this and you kind of want to step away. You go take a step back because what if this is catching? You know, you don't want this. I mean, this description is so horrific. But yet, even as horrific as it is, it's still not very specific, is it? And so we can take this psalm to the Lord as a prayer for healing, just like David did. And pray this. Pray this when we're on our sick bed. My wounds stink and are corrupt because of my foolishness. And let's just lay our illness, whatever it might be, at our own feet and say it's because of my sin, because there is not a single one of us that's innocent in this life. And whatever we're facing maybe because of our sin. But even if we don't know, so we just go to the Lord and say, I have no right to come to you and ask for healing, but here it is. My flesh is corrupt. My foolishness has caused this. My iniquities are too heavy for me. My bones have no quietness because of sin. Please, Lord, forgive me and heal me. That's David's prayer here. And so, I'm feeble, broken, I've roared because of the disquietness of my heart. So it's also a spiritual condition, and we're going to get into that here in a little bit too. What's happening to him spiritually is also a part of this disease. All right, well, join me again tomorrow. We'll look at verses 9 through 12 on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.